Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Charlotte. What's your name?
Jose.
My name is Luisa.
Could I have your mark sheets, please? Thank you. Louisa, where are you from?
I come from Seville, and I live quite near from this place. I live in this neighborhood. Although I've been living for many years abroad, and back to Seville.
How long have you been studying English?
I've been studying English for 20 years. When I did my first course in the primary school, I started to learn English.
And Louisa, what do you enjoy most about studying English?
What I most enjoy is traveling. I also like very much to go to the cinema and watch films in original version. I also like to read very much, and of course meeting English-speaking people.
Mm-hmm. Jose, how important are sport and exercise in your life?
Well, they are quite important because they allow you to keep fit, and also you can spend time with friends and share time with people that you like to be with them.
What types of TV programs do you think are worth watching?
In my opinion, the best type of TV programs are reports on nature and, well, sometimes about politics, but I personally do not like them very much. I don't really like politics. I like to see, like, for example, I don't remember. Sorry. Well, I can't think of the TV channel, but yeah, National Geographic has very nice reviews on different aspects of nature in the world and environment as well.
What's your happiest memory from school?
Oh, that's a difficult question. I think the whole time in the school, especially when I was younger. When I spent a lot of time playing football with friends, and I just have to study a little bit at home and then play again with friends and cousins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so part 2. Louisa, you're going to do the task first.
Okay.
So you have different pictures behind you of people doing tasks where they need to be accurate. I'd like you to speak for a minute and say how important is it for these people to be accurate and what might happen if they were not.
Okay. Well, the person who's working in the kitchen, the man who's working in the kitchen, has to be very accurate because it seems to be a luxurious restaurant or hotel where they probably have lots of customers would like to have their lunch or their meal at the same time. Compared to the second one, which is this one with the lady that's checking the eyes of a gentleman. I think she has the opportunity to work more quietly compared to the cook one, but she also has to be very accurate, especially because it's a very sensitive part of the body, the eyes. And if they are not accurate enough, well, probably the man that's working in the kitchen so fast, if he makes a mistake, then the customers will complain. or they wouldn't come back again to eat there.
Okay.
And well,
Thank you.
that's all.
Yeah. Jose, in which situation do you think being accurate is the most important?
Well, definitely in the first picture, the one on the top left, because what the lawyer or the barrister said on court in the court, it is from that statement, the judge of the tribunal will decide about the case. So you have to be really accurate, because it is essential what you say, and it is completely related to the resolution of the case.
Jose, here are your pictures. They show people communicating in different ways. I'd like you to choose 2 of the pictures and talk for 1 minute. Why might the people have chosen to communicate in these ways, and how difficult might it be for them to communicate effectively?
Well, I am going to talk about the two pictures on the top. Obviously, both of them are communicating in that way because it's probably more effective. It seems to me that in the second picture, someone who is climbing a mountain needs to talk with other colleagues, maybe who are at the beginning of the mountain, and so they have to talk about the conditions, the weather conditions. And in the first picture, maybe the writer wants to express his or her sentiments. So it's the most effective way, because probably summer we can see the sun a little bit, and it's a good time to relax and to express.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Louisa, in which situation would it be most difficult to communicate effectively?
Well, I imagine the man who is on top of this mountain, that seems to be very high mountain. He has a mobile phone, but sometimes you cannot quite rely on your mobile phones, and if he cannot communicate good enough, he could be in danger. So I imagine they have also other ways of communicating, or he shouldn't be alone, I would say. And
Okay, thank you. So moving on to part 3. So now you're going to complete a task together. You have different factors which could be important to someone in today's world. You have a few moments to have a look at the task.
Shall I start?
oh yes, please.
Well, I think to start with, keeping up to date is quite important. The information there are a lot of information, and it's necessary to listen to the news or radio, television, because if you don't do that, maybe in a couple of months you don't know in which world you are living, because the information is large. And
Yes, I agree with you. But I also think it's not the only fact that is important nowadays. I think the world is changing so fast that you also need to take time to relax, for example, and even not to know too much about the world. I mean, to to be quiet enough at home or go to the countryside and don't watch television, also to do exercise. What do you think about
Yeah,
this?
I quite agree. Doing exercise and taking time to relax are related to each other. Where we are living in a busy world, and sometimes we need to maintain, to keep our body in good conditions, and also to spend time with friends and family. And yeah, it's another characteristic of our world. And I don't agree that buying possession is essential. The consumism is too much for me nowadays. I think we don't need a lot of things that we have at home. Or what do you
I know
think?
too many things. Yes, I agree. I couldn't agree more with you. I think we usually buy many things that we don't really need, and we should learn to have less things, at least in the developed countries, in the richer part of the world. And I think, in my opinion, it is much more important to have a certain lifestyle that includes more simple way of living, having less material things and having more time to relax, to be with the family and friends, or to do exercise.
Thank you. So you now have a minute to decide which thing is the most important to people in today's world.
Well, I think doing exercise, taking time to relax, and having a certain lifestyle are quite in connection.
Yes, in our world, I think we should also point out that it's not easy to say what is most important for the world, because maybe in some countries in, I would say, Africa, the most important is to have something to eat every day.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to pick just one of these questions.
Yeah.
But well, in general, maybe having a certain lifestyle includes all the others. No?
Yeah, taking time to relax, and yeah, I think we both agree that we need time to work and have a busy life, but also time to relax, share with friends and family, and do exercise, and have a lifestyle, a healthy life.
Healthy lifestyle.
Okay, thank you. So part 4. Do you think that people have the right priorities in life nowadays?
Well, I don't know what you think is about. I think, but sometimes, as we were saying before, the consumism is we are living in a world with high levels of consumism. So sometimes, too much. People spend in things that are not quite effective or quite essential. So maybe you are taking time or taking money from other things, from other areas of your life, and you are focusing on things that are not important.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. But well, for most people, for human beings, the right priorities is first of all to have a home, to have food, something to eat, and have access to health, medical assistance, and education. No? That's the most important.
So some people say that certain jobs are overvalued and overpaid. What's your opinion?
Well, I absolutely agree with this statement or this question. I have to watch on television or read in the newspapers every day what the amount of money that football players would earn, and I think that's not right. I don't like it at all. I don't agree with that. What do you think, Jose?
Yeah, and also some CEOs from some large companies are earning too much money, and on the other hand, there are people maybe working in banks, in big companies that are earning less than they should earn. So yeah, I think the wages, the salaries are not balanced, are not well balanced, are not equal.
Yeah, yes, I think so too. It's like TV stars earning lots of money compared to teachers in the university or doctors working in hospitals with a great deal of responsibility, and they are not well enough paid for what they do. So I think that's unfair.
Okay, thank you very much.